Grab your blankets, gather around the campfire, and hold your pets very, very close because we got a very spooky story for you today. And if little Fido is walking around, hold him tight, hold him close because we're talking about dogs and a certain bridge that certainly affects them. So,
Yeah.
I am one of your hosts, Stephen the Indian, alongside Will the Cowboy. We are a cowboy and Indian that talk about ghosts, conspiracy theories, cryptids, spooky stuff, all the like. So, if you are into that kind of stuff, the month of Halloween is fast approaching. So, yeah, be ready. Give us a follow. We got a lot more excellent content coming up for you guys. But yeah, follow us on at Beyond Campfire Podcast on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all the like. I'm done plugging us. Will, what you got for us today?
All right. Well, pack your bags, and by your bags, I mean your bagpipes, because we are hopping across the pond to solve the mystery of Overtoun Bridge. Yes, that's right. The famous Overtoun Bridge. And I say famous, and you're probably sitting there like, never heard of this before. What is the Overtoun Bridge? Well, before we dive into the mystery, because this is a mystery episode today, but it's also it's a very special episode because it's a mystery with a haunting, and so it's a double whammy for you. We're hitting you twice, two birds, one stone. Um, so yeah. But before we get into the mystery, I'm going to kind of share some information about this bridge. We're going to kind of talk about the history because the mystery could be solved by the history. So, yeah, you ready, Steve? You ready to jump right on this? And
Absolutely, yeah. Let's go over to the bridge.
all right. So the year is 1859. All right. Story starts off in 1859. We've got a lot going on, right? Harper's Ferry just got raided. You know, you got Big Ben chiming way over there for the first time, right? Big Ben is completed. It's chiming, really cool stuff. Charles Dickens just released his book, A Tale of Two Cities. Pretty cool stuff, right? Unless you're in Savannah, where the biggest slave trade happened. But 1859, right?
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. Okay. So while all this is going on, there happens to be this guy. His name's James White. And he was kind of like Steven over here. He was a lawyer. And he said, you know what? I'm done with being a lawyer. Done being lying to people, being crooked.
For the podcast, I too can one day say I'm done being a lawyer. But until then, go ahead, Will.
Scamming people. We don't like lawyers. Well, he decided to leave his law business and become a chemical maker. He was cooking up meth. No, I'm kidding.
Breaking Bad, but in time.
Instead of being a science teacher, he is a lawyer. So his business is going very well, and so he decides to buy Overtoun Farm. He originally only acquired about 900 acres, but later on he said, you know what? Bigger is better. We should be bigger. So he later acquired about 2,000 acres total.
2,000 acres. Okay.
That's a lot of land, my man.
A lot of land.
So when you're on this land, right, to kind of lay it out for you, on the farm, there was just a rinky-dinky shack, right? If you were a lawyer, then you became a chemical maker making meth. You didn't actually make meth. And you bought this really big farm. Would you live in a rinky-dinky shack?
Nah, man, I'd be highballing it. I'd try to live life.
So in 1860, he began construction on his wonderful, lavish house. It was there. Actually, have the style. I think that is right of the term. Where is that? Because I wrote about it later, and I can kind of tell you a little bit about the style because it goes along with the bridge. Let's see. Where's it at? Yeah, it's Baronile style, which is kind of like they take like historical Scottish castles, but then they make it look more like a mansion, right?
We
Not
we
a castle.
for the compilation reel where you mispronounced it.
Baron. It's like Baron, but with IAL at the end.
Mm.
Yeah. So this was being built. The head of the project was a guy by the name of James Smith. And in 1862, the family moved into the home. However, James Smith died, I think, of natural causes before the project was finished. So a partner of his finished in 1863. Jumping ahead a couple years because they lived on the property, having a great time, right? Living it up, making meth, actually making meth. So and then in 1884, though, the guy James White, he passed away peacefully, and he left the mansion to his son John. With the last name White,
It's fun sometimes.
why do you got to be super white and have like John and James?
Hey man, white privilege, something like that.
Okay. Anyways, so this is where our story kind of really takes off from here. So that was just kind of like give you a little bit of background, a little bit of information about how the land was acquired, who the guy started it was. But really, pieces of our story are going to start kind of coming in these later years, and as well to explain where Overtoun Bridge actually came from, because Overtoun Bridge was not built until after John died. So James acquired the land. My bad. James acquired the land, died, gave it to his son John. John got married to a woman named Grace Eliza. Remember that name, Grace Eliza White. Okay. Because we'll come back to her later. So, anyways, John, like his dad, okay. Anything bigger is better. Okay. They could probably be Texans if they wanted to be, because everything's bigger in Texas. Well, everything's bigger in Scotland. So
doesn't quite roll off the tongue as nicely, but all right.
No, it doesn't. But in 1892, John came to an agreement with Reverend Dixon Swan, and he claimed Garshake Farm. More land. So he basically.
All up.
What'd you say?
Just buying up all the land, taking it all. So.
Hey man, it's like what do the kids do? Pokemon. Got to catch them all.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Got to acquire all the land.
Very millennial coded of you. So
thank you. So due to this acquisition of lands, it really made his estate really sprawl out. So the problem was, though, there's a ravine that was kind of separating his property. So he needed a way to connect the two different parts of his estate. Mm-hmm. Thus, the Overtoun Bridge was born.
There you go. Bridges connect things. So
that's what conspiracy theorists we are called. We're called the bridges because we connect the dots.
There you go.
The term. We're not conspiracy theorists. We're bridges. So John needed this bridge built. So he hired a guy by the name of Henry Milner. Now, like I said, I'm going to try to fill our time here. So I'm going to blab a bit. All right. Because if you want to know, John didn't just hire some, architect out of the, what's that section of the newspaper called? The job ads. I don't know. What are they called?
They call it.
It's got a fancy term.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, he didn't look in the job ads and say, well, this guy looks like he could do the job for me. No, I don't know how they met. He might have found him in the newspaper. But he found this guy whose name was Henry Milner. And Milner actually was pretty famous. Well, not famous, but the guy he worked with when he started out his career was pretty famous. And that's kind of probably why Milner could build such a cool bridge, because he worked under a guy named Morton Peto. You ever heard the name Morton Peto?
Can't say I have, no.
Well, if you went to England and you toured around like you said you did, you probably heard of Morton Peto. Because this guy, oh boy.
Who is he? I don't know who that is.
He built some cool stuff. All right.
Okay.
So, Milner learned from a badass. All right. This guy, Peto helped with the new Parliament building You know the one next to Big Ben? Yeah, that guy.
So he helped build it.
Yeah. Well, I think he was behind the project.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yeah. And then also, you know, the London brick sewers. Have you ever heard of those?
I have, yeah.
He helped design the London brick sewers.
Okay, so he's built a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah. He also built a couple clubs, like the Oxford and Cambridge Club. I don't know what the Oxford and Cambridge Club is, but it sounds fancy.
I went to Oxford and I really liked it there, so that's pretty cool.
And he also built the Reform Club. There's a bunch of other stuff he built, but dude's got a rap sheet. I just picked out the coolest things. So obviously this guy knew his stuff. So, you know, he could definitely teach Milner because he's a legend. So Milner took what he knew and built a bridge. So this bridge was designed, like I said, it's a baronial.
You are you are having a hard time with that one.
Baron style. We'll just say Baron style.
Baron style. There you go. You can say something wrong. You just got to commit to it. So
Yeah. It was also it had Gothic to it, and it had 3 archways. So the way it was kind of designed was it kind of like you had a little archway here, and then you had a big archway, and then like a little archway. And underneath the big archway was the Overtoun burn. Do you know what a burn is? I had to look this up.
a burn is something you get when you touch something hot.
Like your mom.
Hey, whoa.
Whoa, okay, hold up. Well,
what's a burn in this context?
Okay, technically a burn is just a fancy Scottish word for a crick.
Okay, gotcha.
I know people are fixing to come at me for the way I just said, the word creek. It's a crick.
Hey, man, it depends on how many Scottish listeners we have.
Well, it's not just Scottish listeners. Everyone in the North are probably making fun of me because they're like, I just said crick, that backwoods hillbilly hick. Yeah, I said crick.
This is a Southern podcast, okay? Me and Will, we're in the South, okay?
Yeah.
Get used to it.
We would have won if France had not been cowards.
We gotta do like a Civil War. If there's any Civil War conspiracies, we gotta do one of those.
We kind of did one with John Wilkes Booth.
We did do one with John Wilkes Booth. I'm sure there's a bunch of other ones though, so we'll figure out something.
Am I going too fast? I feel like I'm going too fast. I'm cracked out right now, man. I took some of
taking some of James White's stuff he was growing.
James White. Wait. James White? Walter White? He was making meth.
Dude, that's crazy actually.
He was a lawyer making meth.
Lawyer making meth. Man.
Breaking Bad was inspired by James White.
There you go. Breaking Bad, 1859.
Yeah.
Cool. Walter White's nickname was Heisenberg, so he needs like a cool Scottish villain name or something. I don't know Scottish
The
names.
Leprechaun. No, that's Ireland.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Cool Nessie.
Scottish last names. The person who made our logo is of Scottish heritage.
Oh.
The Beyond the Campfire logo. I don't know if she wants her name out there, so I'm not going to say her name.
When did she retire?
Oh, yeah, she did.
We put her in retirement, guys. That's what we did.
Traditional Scottish last names. Smith, Stewart, Campbell, McDonald, Reed.
Wait. Campbell. Okay. I can't believe I forgot to mention this. So eventually Overtoun became like a baron, and their middle name was like John Campbell White, James Campbell White. Okay. So we can call him Chicken Soup.
That's one thing you could call him, sure, yeah. Campbell doesn't have the same effect as Heisenberg, though. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't.
Like Heisenberg sounds like strong and mysterious and just
German.
Heisenberg, you know. But
them Germans are bad.
I know, but as far as villains go,
that's what I'm saying. Like it works because Heisenberg is like a German name, and it's like the Germans are usually the villains,
right?
Don't ask the Minions what they were doing in 1940.
Who do you think? Well, actually, I think I know who you're going to say the villain of World War III is going to be, but for certain reasons, we won't mention that. So, anyway.
I don't want to be shot, and I don't want to be canceled. So we're keeping our mouth shut.
Yeah, we gotta protect ourselves these days. So
Moving on.
so I'm finding some other Scottish names.
That's
There's a
what we're
lot of
doing.
mix McDonald's, so McPhillip, McFederis, McRamoigan, McGredoria. I'm badly mispronouncing these.
Like I
Anyway,
said, their middle name was Campbell, so like, they have to go with Campbell.
James White maybe was growing meth in the Overton farm.
I actually don't know what chemicals he was actually growing. Like I didn't go that far. I just saw that he was a chemist. Like he was a chemical manufacturer. Oh, James White. What chemicals did he make?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. There's a lot. I typed in James White Overton, and there's stuff in Georgia.
Well, I got it.
There's James
So
White.
at the invitation of his father and older brother, James White became a partner in the family firm in 1851, focused on the commercial aspects, while his brother and father, they died in 1860, were more concerned with the manufacturing.
Interesting.
Purchased land. The Grand Mansion Overton House was building. Yeah, we knew that. Okay, well, what did he make? What?
Until we know the
Okay. They were just J&J White Chemicals. That was the name of their company.
until we either find out or don't find out. But
Oh, here we go. I think they're just like regular, chemicals.
so he's not the second coming of Walter White, or I guess this would be the first coming of Walter White.
No, he wouldn't have been.
All right.
Well, oh, here we go.
Let's get
It's a lot sadder than you think it is.
Oh.
J&J White Chemicals, also referred to as Shawfield Chemical Works, was established in 1820 by brothers James and John White. Those were his father. Let's see. They were making potash.
They're making pot.
No, not pot. They were a chemical processing facility. Yeah, so it started out as a soap business.
Very interesting.
Potash is like they were making like fertilizer.
Very.
Wait a second, they're making bomb. No, I'm kidding.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Anyway, all right. So Overtoun Bridge.
Any questions about the history?
Not really. Same. I mean, other than a possible meth dealing business, seems pretty normal.
Well, guys, if make sure you support us, so that means Steven don't have to make meth in a trailer.
There you go. You would definitely be Walter White. I would be. I'm more
Jesse.
of it, but yeah, you would be the Walter White
I'll
between.
lose all this wonderful hair.
I know. So.
And
you'd be making me do things for you. So.
All right. Anyway, so that's the history. Any questions on the history? Any comments on the history? Any thoughts on the history? Nothing? Okay. All right. So that's the history of Overtoun Bridge. And you're probably sitting there like, okay, how's this thing famous? What does it have to do with dogs? Meth? What's going on? Well, you ready for the mystery? Because it's very simple. I want you to buckle up, hold on tight. Okay. The mystery: dog suicide. That's right. Tramp got rejected by a lady and jumped off the bridge.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's just like, what?
Old Yeller couldn't handle his rabies diagnosis, jumped off the bridge.
Not Old Yeller. Oh, man.
Did I cry? Listen, I didn't cry during Titanic. I don't cry during movies, but Old Yeller, that hits you.
That'll get you, man. That's,
Fox and the Hound, that'll get you.
Man's best friend, right? So.
Yeah. My name's Copper. I'm a hound dog.
So dog suicides. What's going on here? What's happening?
Right. So now I shouldn't say suicide because the bridge is called Overtoun Bridge, also known as the Death Bridge, also known as the Dog Suicide Bridge. So yeah, that's right. There have been reports since the 1950s of about 300 dogs that have jumped off the bridge. Don't worry. Not all 300 died.
300?
Not all 300 died. Okay, only 50.
Golly, the 300 they just jumped off the bridge.
Yeah.
What the actual heck?
They.
All right, I'm gonna need some explanations here. I want to hear theories. I want to hear
All right.
what's
Well, we
going
got
on.
3 main theories, 2 of which still kind of tie into each other, and then the third theory we'll get into that in just a second. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the boring ones out first. So the first theory is that the dogs smell mink piss.
And they like that
Yeah.
enough to jump off a bridge to get it.
Yeah, because they want to get the mink.
Huh. But wait, but you didn't just say mink. Wait, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard you say mink piss.
Yeah, the minks pee. The dogs smell the pee. The dogs want to go get the mink.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
Now,
trying.
now I will say there was a hunter who said that there are no minks in the area. So that's like, wait a second, then what? But they did find that the side of the bridge that dogs favored to jump over happened to have squirrels and rats. So yeah, they're kind of like, oh, they want to go get, like what's his name? And up. Squirrel, you know.
Oh, you're talking about from the movie Up, right?
Yeah, Doug.
Doug, yeah.
Doug the dog.
Squirrel, right? And all the other dogs for that matter, yeah. Jason.
Squirrel. That's what they do. They go squirrel and then they go over the bridge. So
I just imagine Doug jumping off Overtoun Bridge.
dude, the photos I saw when I looked at Overtoun Bridge, like obviously not going to show a dog jumping off a bridge, but they photoshopped these dogs, and it's the stupidest looking thing. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
Golly.
So the second theory is that the bridge actually causes an optical illusion. Because like the way the bridge is, you got these sides, the sides that come up, and then the foliage and everything, it makes it look like it's not that far of a drop. So dogs will kind of, it kind of also ties in the first theory to where they smell the squirrel, or they know that the mice are nearby, and they jump off because not because they're suicidal, but because they don't know that the ground is that far down, because the bridge tricks their brains, and they jump.
Okay, yeah, because that was my first thought is there's some kind of optical illusion happening that's making these dogs think that whatever they're jumping at is not to their death, but something else. So
Well, as you guys know, we are beyond the campfire. So our third theory, right?
you gotta have something interesting because
Because listen, this is beyond the campfire. We don't believe the first 2 theories because we believe in the supernatural. Those first 2 theories are a bunch of bull hockey. All right, what's really happening is the paranormal.
Oh boy, do I need to have this ready?
You'll have it later. Don't worry.
Okay, all right.
But yes. So we're beyond the campfire. We hate logic. We hate logical reasoning. You've got to go with the paranormal. So the third theory involves. Ready for it? The White Lady of Overtoun.
The White Lady of Overtoun.
Yep, Steve's kind of girl.
I was just about to make a comment of Dr. Umar would be telling all of our black friends not to go over there. So anyway, you know Dr. Umar, right?
No.
Oh, you don't? Look up Dr. Umar later. He's this black professor, and he tells black people only marry black people. And now I'm saying it kind of boringly, but he'll say stuff like, he's like, young men, all of these snow bunnies, don't be chasing after these snow bunnies. I'm just like, so he's just he's an interesting guy. So anyway,
All right, who knew that this episode would have some Stephen would be racist?
I'm gonna send you some reels of some of Dr. Umar's funniest.
Haley, please do not take that out of context and cancel him. Please, he's not actually okay.
She just clips the part where I say don't go after these snow bunnies, and say I'm quoting somebody, and
post it all over Twitter.
Oh man,
podcast blows up because Steven's getting canceled. Anyways,
watch us blow up just because of that. That would be the. uh,
Because
and
Steven said, "Don't go after the snow
I,
bunnies."
I have nothing against white women. I drink pumpkin spice lattes.
He is a white woman, all right.
I am a white woman. There you go. Spiritually so. So anyway.
Anyways, so as you remember earlier, I told you about Grace Eliza White, John's wife.
Oh, you did say to remember.
Mhm. I
Okay,
told you to remember her
that's right.
because after John's death in 1908, people believe that she lived in grief for 30 years after his passing, and she's come back from the grave to haunt the house and the bridge.
Oh man, she's
Locals report seeing a white figure walking near the bridge, and many believe she's causing the dogs to jump. And I went and added in this tidbit because when I was looking up all this information, I thought that this would let Stephen believe a little bit. A pastor from Texas believes that there is something supernatural going on at Overtoun Bridge.
mm,
So a
that
man of the a man of the cloth,
that does help me. That does help
a
me.
man of the cloth, and I
That,
even have it written in my notes here. Saw that in my research to give you validation, Steve.
yeah, if you've been watching our podcast for a while, you know that I tend to be the more skeptical one of us. Will is a little bit more likely to believe. I'm a little bit more on the I'm gonna need a little more evidence side. But hey, that's fair. You got another witness out there saying
Yeah.
something.
So do we want to go over our theories now, or do we want to go in the ChatGPT story? What you think?
Let's do theories now, and then we'll wrap up this episode with the ChatGPT.
All
Right?
right. So, do you think it's P, optical illusion, or a dead lady?
Ah man, the pastor saying that does make me feel like something's going on because I don't know. Even though you have optical illusions, 300 dogs is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy, like 300. And
Well,
you said
well, now mind you, this is over what's that? 50 to 25. That's like 75 years.
still though, it's weird for even like 5 dogs to jump off of the same bridge. And you're telling me 300 dogs have jumped off of the same bridge? Now, either just crazy strong optical illusion is going on, or there is some crazy spiritual force making these dogs jump off the bridge. You can read the Bible. Jesus sent demons into the pigs. You know what these pigs did?
They jumped off
They,
a cliff.
they jumped off the cliff. If you got pigs jumping off the cliff, you better believe there can be dogs jumping off a bridge over similar circumstances. So,
I
I,
know. You want me to give you something crazy that I just calculated?
go ahead.
Do you know how many dogs that is? If 300 dogs jumped off this bridge in 75 years, you know how many dogs that is per year? I did
Uh,
the math.
how many? Three,
Four.
four?
4 dogs every year jump off
Four?
Overton Bridge.
See, that's weird.
That's weird.
That's really
That
weird.
shouldn't be happening. I don't care if it's pee or an optical illusion.
Right.
Some ghost lady's making these dogs jump.
So
Isn't that like a run
you're,
spot
you're, more
run?
you're more inclined to believe the ghost lady theory.
Yeah. You ever heard the book Run Spot Run?
I have.
This lady's saying jump dog jump.
There you go. All right, well, there's our take. I guess we can wrap up with a ChatGPT story.
Yeah. And this is a good one. I'm actually excited for this one. This one's pretty cool.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. So, episode 6, The White Lady over Overton. We ready? All right. Let's go catch us a ghost. Or for Steven, a girlfriend. Some bridges are built to cross, others to take. Will. The first time I saw Overton Bridge, it didn't look haunted. It looked beautiful. Stone arches stretching over a ravine, surrounded by rolling Scottish hills and thick woods that whispered with history. The kind of place you'd stop for a photo. But if you linger too long, you notice the silence. Not complete silence. Birds chirped, wind rustled the trees, but underneath it, there was something missing. No dogs barking. And that's the thing. Dogs don't leave the bridge. Not alive. We got the call from a local historian, Fiona McLeod, who'd heard of our work after Camp Scott. They say the white lady walks here. She told us over tea in her bookshop. Since the 19th century, people have seen her, pale, grieving, searching for her child, and the animals they leap as if called by her voice, as if she wants company. Sahil frowned. So, you think a ghost convinces dogs to commit suicide? Fiona leaned closer. I think some things crave companionship so badly, they'll take it by force. We set up at dusk. I had the EMF meter, motion sensors, and a thermographic camera trained on the bridge. Sahil carried his leather bound Bible, his recorder, and that nervous smile he gets when he's trying to act braver than he feels. Don't tell me you believe in the White Lady, he muttered. Don't tell me you don't believe in what we've already seen, I shot back. That shut him up. Just after midnight, we heard it. Not a scream, not a moan, a sob. Soft, female. It echoed across the stone. We turned, and there she was, the White Lady. Long gown, pale hair falling like water, face blurred like mist. She wasn't walking, she was floating. Sahil froze. Then, God help him, he smiled. She's beautiful. I groaned. I groaned. Not this again. He stepped forward. Wait, she's not attacking. Maybe she's just lonely. Maybe she's about to toss you over the damn bridge. I barked, yanking him back. The lady tilted her head. Her face came into focus. And she was beautiful. Too beautiful. The kind that hurts to look at. Her mouth moved, but we didn't hear words. We felt them. Jump. The EMF meter spiked. The air froze. From the woods came the sound of paws. Fast, frantic. A stray dog barreled toward the bridge, eyes wide, tongue lolling. It didn't look at us. Didn't look at anything, just the drop. The lady turned her gaze on it. Jump. The dog sprinted. I lunged, catching its collar just as it reached the ledge. It fought me like mad, snarling, desperate to leap. So I held up his crucifix. "In the name of Christ, be gone!" The lady shrieked, high, unholy, and flickered like static. Then she was gone. The dog whimpered, collapsed, shaking. The woods went silent again. We regrouped at Fiona's bookshop the next morning. Sahil nursed a bruise from where I janked him back. Don't say it, he warned. I smirked. Don't say what? That I was enchanted. You're about 2 seconds from proposing to a ghost. She wasn't attacking, he protested. She was grieving. There's a difference. I sipped my coffee. Next time she tries to grieve you off a bridge, don't say I didn't warn you. Beyond the Campfire, Episode 6, The White Lady of Overtoun. Dogs don't just jump. Something calls them. Maybe grief has a voice. Maybe loneliness becomes a lure. Or maybe the lady isn't done yet. We stopped one soul that night. But Overtoun Bridge still waits. And she's still there. Still calling.
Absolutely wild, man.
Oh, man. I love the dynamic now because it's like it's in these stories to where there's these female cryptids or anything like that, and Steven's like, "Don't say it." What? That you were enchanted?
Dude, if I ever get a girlfriend, these we're gonna have to figure out what to do with some of these episodes because
I know.
well, we could do depending on how open my girlfriend may be. Maybe
Dude, we're not doing a threesome, okay?
No. That's not what. Maybe my girlfriend like is like there with us, and like she gets jealous of it or something. I don't know.
I don't know who you end up dating, but if she's like a feisty woman, like she just goes up and starts to like smack the ghost. You leave my man alone.
Right.
He's my man.
Man. Cool. Well, I like that one. I love the scene of you just lunging to save the dog, and like the dog's fighting you, but you're just.
I ain't letting Fido go down, man.
There you go, man. Fido will not jump on the cowboy.
Off this bridge. On my watch, he will not jump off this bridge. On my watch, Steven will not propose to no ghost.
Well, hey, I don't have any more feedback, but Overton Bridge, maybe don't take little Fido over there on a walk or anything like that.
No, no. But without further ado, guys, without anything else, I think that's it. Make sure you hold on to that leash pretty tight.